Hello students, this is Manish Shukla. I am here with a new topic of class 10th from chapter 7, that is control and coordination. Before we start our topic, I remind you that for getting all the videos notification, please like, share, subscribe our St. Xavier's YouTube channel. So students, let's start our chapter control and coordination. So in first slide we will see the introduction part of this chapter. So as we know that all living respond according to changes in the environment. These responses are in coordinate manner. For example, when we have food, our eyes help to locate the food, our nose smell the food, our hands bring the food to the mouth, the jaws muscles and teeth chew and masticate the food, and the saliva lubricates and initiate the process of digestion. All these activities occurs in a coordinate manner, and if any one of these does not occur in its uh, precise manner, the entire process of diagram shall get affected. Similarly, if we accidentally touch any hot object, we immediately withdraw our hand. So we respond to any change in the surrounding. Any change in the environment to which an organism responds and reacts is called a stimulus. So for this control and coordination, there are two systems are developed in human body, that is nervous system and endocrine system. So nervous system is a high speed system that takes very less time as compared to endocrine system, and so we can say that endocrine system is a low speed system. In endocrine system we will study about the pituitary gland, thyroid, pancreas, etc. glands. So now next one is nervous system. It is made up of a special type of network of neuron cells that conducts impulse in the form of electrical from one organ to the another organ. Next one is sense organs or receptors. In higher animals receive external information in the form of stimuli through specialized structure called sense organs or receptors. We have five types of receptors. First one is that is ear, or we can say phonoreceptors. These are sensitive to sound. And second one is that is eyes. It is also called photoreceptors, that is sensitive to light. Next one is that is skin. Skin is also known as thermoreceptors because it is sensitive to temperature. When we touch any object, it feels hot or cold. Now next one is nose, and nose is also called olfact olfactoreceptors. This is sensitive to smell. And last one is that is tongue. It is gustatory receptors that have sense of taste, so we can test any food material and we can tell the taste of that food. So with the help of sense of taste we can say that which food material is bitter or sweet. Next one is that is neuron. As we know students that as cell is the structural and functional unit of any organism, same like neuron is also a structural and functional unit of nervous system. So it consists mainly following parts that you can see, that nucleus, cell body, dendrites, axons and nerve ending. So this is the structure of neuron. Now next one is parts of neuron. So we will see one by one parts of neuron. So first one is that is dendrite. So several short thread like branches called dendrites arise from the cell body. One of the branch grows very large is comparison to others, and this branch is called axon. Okay, so axon is covered on the outside with three layers, that is exolemma, myelin sheath, and third one is neurolemma. And cell body or cytone, it has a large central nucleus surrounded by the cytoplasm. Cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum and microtubules are also present inside the cell body. So there are three parts of neuron, that is dendrite, cell body and axon. Now next topic is that is synapse. So the synapse is a loose connection between the axon ending of the one nerve cell and cytone of the next nerve cell is called synapse. In other words, signals travel from one neuron to another neuron across a junction, that is synapse. Our next topic is that is function of neuron cell. As we know that nerve impulse pass along a neuron in one direction only. At one end, the neuron is connected to a sensory receptor, that may be skin, hand, or any body parts, that receives the message or stimulus and convert it into electrochemical signals which are carried by the neuron. The stimulus from receptor organ is received by the dendrites, conducted to the cell body of the neuron, and passed on through the axon to another neuron, and finally to the effector organ. The axon ending of one nerve cell are loosely placed on the cell body or cytone of another cell, that is called synapse. Next one is that is reflex action. A reflex action may be defined as a spontaneous, automatic, and mechanical response to a stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of the brain. So this is reflex action. It takes very less time as compared to the um, reply that come from the brain. Next one is that is reflex arc. The pathway followed by sensory and motor nerves in a reflex action is called reflex arc. The entire sequence of events that constitute a reflex arc is summarized as in figure. As students, you can see that heat is a stimulus which is which we can feel with the help of receptor, that is our skin. So suppose that if we touch any hot object, then that hotness we feel with our receptors, that is skin, and this information goes to spinal organ, and this spinal organ or spinal cord respond to the effector organ, and effector organ respond to the hand, and we withdraw our hand. So this pathway we can say, we can see in that following systematic diagram. In this diagram, you can see that stimulus received by the sensory receptors, that is our hand, impulse is generated and carried along with sensory neuron towards the spinal cord. Then impulse travels through spinal nerve towards the spinal cord along the dorsal root. Now nerve ending release neurotransmitter. The impulse passes across the relay neuron to the motor neuron, and this impulse travel along motor neuron away from the spinal cord along the ventral root. Now, this through the ventral root, the nerve ending of motor neuron connect effector organ or muscles, then respond produced by the effector organ or muscles, and we withdraw our hand. Some other common examples of reflex actions are such as blinking of eyes, sneezing or coughing, watering of mouth at the site of tasty food, immediate withdrawal, or hand if a person touch a hot object unknowingly. Thank. So in next slide we can say that these responses are three types. That is voluntary, and voluntary response are in our control. So we can talk, we can ride, we can walk with our will. So these are voluntary response, and next one is involuntary. These are not under our control. So its example are heart beating, vomiting, respiration, etc. Next one is reflex action, that we already told you, that controlled by the spinal cord. For example, we draw our hand on touching of a hot object. Next topic is that is nervous system in human being. The nervous system in human being is divided into two main parts, that is central nervous system, it is also called CNS, and next one is peripheral nervous system, it is called PNS. So central nervous system includes the brain and the spinal cord. Also it is the site of information processing in the nervous system. And next one is that is peripheral nervous system. It consists of nerves that course between the central nervous system and different parts of the body. So students, hopefully you understand all the topic explained by me. So watch, read, and revise the topic, and for more videos, like, share, subscribe our St. Xavier's YouTube channel. Thank you, have a nice day.